Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a new change that YouTube has been making to all of its videos across all of its platforms. And if you don't want to hear about this, I recommend just watching a different video. I just want to give my thoughts on this new YouTube change and how it might affect my personal channel and why I don't really like the change all that much. But if you guys don't want to hear about this, I totally understand. We will be back tomorrow with the traditional Ninjago content, so just come back whenever you feel like it. So the big change that YouTube has been making is that YouTube is going to be removing the dislike button counter on all of its videos. Not the dislike button itself, but the counter. The number of dislikes will no longer be public to the audience watching the video. You might have experienced this change already, or you might not have just yet. I know personally, as of the time of recording this video, most people have, and I personally have seen this change on almost every device where I access YouTube and actively search the actual website itself. Whether that be on my phone or computer, the dislike counter is removed on everything. As mentioned, the dislikes are not gone entirely. The actual content creator of whatever channel you may happen to be watching can still view all of the dislikes via the YouTube Studio or any other behind-the-scenes resources, but the public will no longer be able to see the dislike counter. I did a community tab post a while ago about this, but I figured I would make this video just because I want to expand on my thoughts a little more and pretty much break down why I personally do not like this change all that much, and I don't want to make a big deal about this video. This is just a casual little discussion, so once again, let's get into my thoughts on this whole YouTube gets rid of the dislike counter debacle. Content creators can still see the dislikes, but the dislikes themselves are not going to be public to the audience, which I feel like is a big misstep on YouTube's part. I understand on paper why this change would be made. I mean, many videos do get dislike bombed. I've never really had that happen myself, but I have seen it happen on other videos and other channels and whatnot. But the dislikes are an actual good way of presenting criticism. If there's a video that you don't like, you just simply dislike it and move on. It's a good way to show the content creator that, hey, you know what? We need some type of change here. Maybe what you're doing isn't exactly working. And while the channel creator can still see the dislikes, the audience cannot, which makes me think that less content creators are going to be focusing on the dislikes and maybe use that to avoid criticism altogether. Who knows? The comments section is still available, so you can leave criticism or suggestions down below if you'd like, but the dislikes I feel like are going to be less useful now. In terms of my own channel, I've never really had that many dislikes on my videos. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Dislikes are not really a problem that I find myself facing often. However, I do think it's important to have the dislike counter still be viewable to the public eye. I like to treat my channel not just as a projection of my own work and myself, but also as a reflection of what you guys do for me and my videos. This channel has not just been created with the effort of myself. You guys help support this channel a lot through the likes, the comments, and even the dislikes. I know I can still see them, but I feel like that information should be public to you guys. I feel like we should all be able to be transparent with each other here, and I really don't like the idea of YouTube hiding away dislikes. It just feels like I'm keeping something from you guys, and I don't like how that feels. I would want you guys to have the ability to actually interact with each other, even if you don't like a certain video that I make. You guys should be able to see how many other people also don't like the same video. I don't know, to me personally, I just don't really appreciate the idea of the dislike counter being removed. It just seems like a really unnecessary change to me, and I don't think it's even YouTube's biggest problem. That's a good segue into my next point. The reason why YouTube has decided to do this big change is because of various harassment and whatnot going on throughout the entire YouTube community. Harassment towards content creators is nothing new on the platform. We've all seen it. We've all experienced it if you've made videos for a while. And yeah, it's not a great time. It's definitely something that YouTube needs to work on, but the dislikes are not even the prime source of this. In my opinion, the biggest examples of harassment from audience members towards a creator lies within the flagging system and the copyright system. Of course, as you guys know, people have the option to flag YouTube videos online, and YouTube themselves will take a look at the video, determine whether or not it is worth being flagged, and if so, YouTube has the right to take it down. The flagging could be for a number of things, could be some of the content in the video. Maybe the video is targeting and harassing someone. In that case, that video should be removed. But the system has been devolved so much to the point where anybody can flag anybody's video for any reason. I think right now the flagging system being abused is definitely a larger problem than the dislike counter existing. The copyright system is another big area where people like to harass content creators. Making up false claims and taking down videos can be extremely harmful, and it actually goes as far as to ruin people's livelihoods sometimes. I don't think that's a good part of YouTube's inner workings either, and I feel like maybe some energy should be spent trying to figure out how to make the copyright system less abusive and less controllable by random audience members. Almost anybody can file a fake copyright takedown notice on YouTube. It's not that hard to do, and in a lot of ways that can indeed impact the lives of content creators, something that dislikes don't really have the ability to do. Of course, spamming dislikes on videos does get annoying for the content creator, I understand that perfectly, but dislikes don't really do that much harm compared to the copyright system and the flagging system. If a video gets a certain amount of dislikes, it may not be recommended by the YouTube algorithm as much, that's for sure, but still, dislikes on a video is much less harmful than having a video get taken down via a false copyright strike or a channel getting removed by the faulty flagging system. Again, dislike spam is annoying, but the flagging system and the copyright system are a lot worse and more usable by the average person. Outside of my own content, I do find dislikes to be useful for the viewer as well. If you need some help or if you're trying to figure out how to do something, not every video on YouTube is helpful. That much has been made clear time and time again. Now that you can't see the dislikes, it just makes it a little more difficult to find reliable information on YouTube. Overall though, I think the biggest thing that's being lost because of this change is an aspect of creator and audience interaction. I just feel like that takes away from the interaction between the creator and the audience. It tells the audience member, hey, even though you might dislike the video, the number itself is hidden, so you might as well just like the video. It gets rid of a certain voice on YouTube that I feel like has a right to be heard more often, and even though it'll still be heard by the content creator who can still view the dislikes, I just feel like that sense of community has been lost. That certain aspect of criticism is certainly less valid now. And I just don't think that's right or appropriate. I mean, it's YouTube. There's going to be criticism thrown out regardless, and the dislike button is a good way to communicate that. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know if you see on my videos the dislike counter being hidden or the number of dislikes being invisible with only the number of likes being shown, that's not my doing. It's just a matter of YouTube making a change, and it's a change that I really don't care for, nor do I support. I think YouTube should put more priority and more focus into fixing the systems that do more harm, such as, again, the flagging system and the copyright system. The dislike button was always the least of my concerns when it came to YouTube, but I do find this change to be pretty much unnecessary and kind of annoying considering how many legitimate problems YouTube actually has as a platform. So yeah, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here today. Just wanted to give my quick thoughts on this whole YouTube removes the dislike counter thing. Once again, you still can dislike videos. The counter itself will just not be shown, which I do think is an issue for all of the reasons that I just listed. But feel free to go ahead and leave a comment down below talking about what you think about all of this. Do you agree with me that the number of dislikes is important to be viewed on a video? Alternatively, what other changes would you like to see YouTube make in the future? As I said in this video, maybe they could fix some of the actual problems that content creators face on a daily basis. And once again, thank you so much for watching. That'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here today. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for other forms of social media. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.